To Drexel to try and slow Makayla Latson down. They held her to 22 points in this matchup last year up in Philadelphia. And we are underway as Timpson wins the opening tip. Back to Snoop Turnage, and Latson takes over. Latson starts things off with a three, and just like that, off to a hot start. Not as on fire as Makayla Latson. She's also 2 for 2 from three. A little disappointed in that effort.
She's going to like what she's seeing, though, on the defensive end. That's the second steal in a row for Florida State.
Drexel has led to some points. Easy buckets for the Noles. They've been out to a little bit of a few slow starts this season, trying to work their way back. Another turnover. Defense really pounding and pouring it on as Gordon collects 2 more.
In the half court, relying on their defense, and Florida State has done a great job of speeding them up here so far.
Excellent. Bank is open for Deja Evans. Kisses it off the glass for her first 2 points. She's really coming on strong for the Dragons as of late. Snoop Turnage with the three. Swish!
We're just 3 minutes into this game.
Baker, floater, nice.
I'm excited to see Amaris Baker games. She leads the nation in minutes played, so you're going to see a lot of her today.
And Latson once again challenged on that floater up.
Seminoles in this man-to-man defense that switches.
Back outside to Lavin, who can't finish, but it's O'Neal who does put it right back
from her guard spot.
Only Deja Evans is better, and she plays the forward position. Maria Gordon, I think Lavin may have gotten a piece of that, but it's Timpson who's right there to collect. From the baseline goes errant, however, recovered by McNeil. There's Baker from way beyond the arc, and that will turn the tide a little bit. There's Baker from way beyond the arc.
Well, out-guarding Amaris Baker, the 5'8" senior guard.
Latson for three. Nothing is stopping Makayla Latson. One of the things Brooke Wyckoff did emphasize, though, we asked her about that this week, is she cares mostly about winning. Of course, it helps when you're an elite scorer. That definitely leads to winning. Every single year they have had a postseason run with her under the helm, as Latson once again plucks that out of the air and draws a foul, gets the bucket.
High to grab that steal and then took it the length of the floor, finished through the contact.
But still, to get more points, and it extends Florida State's lead back to 12. Tough defense by Bowles against Baker leads to another turnover. Here's Valenzuela going up against Hodges. It's an extra depth piece for the Seminoles. They've lacked some depth in previous years at times, and this is a squad that has not only the depth but the experience, and Baker with plenty of experience. Too hard off the glass on the angle. McNeil underneath the basket, surrounded by Florida State. Blocked this time by Latson. Baker keeping it. Patty cake with that one. Bouncing around, hot potato.
Be their third.
So the Dragons starting to get a little bit feisty here, but here comes Latson right back at it.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
In the first quarter. She has come to play on a Sunday.
At 23 to start this game, up to 26 now. And there's
that was a nice move there by Molly Lavin.
4 games of 15-plus points scored last year, and Timpson back with 2 more of her own, and she'll go to the line.
Back-to-back possessions, Timpson, Lavin going at each other. Timpson gets the best of that matchup that time.
Evans being subbed out a little bit still in terms of points scored this year. They've been a team that's tended to heat up as the matches go on. McCormack, there's a three.
That's it for Holy Cross. She's a nice addition for Amy Mallon and this Drexel team.
Was on the Patriot League Championship All-Tournament team as Timpson able to find the bucket again just before the quarter comes to an end.
Timpson catches beyond the three-point line, just puts it on the floor, gets to the rim, finishes strong to give the Noles a big lead at the half.
As Drexel looks to get going, stay in this game, and keep it from getting out of hand too fast. Hodges rejected by Timpson. Hodges, turnage right in her face. Evans, though, and another swat by Timpson. Evans, though, stays put with it.
The ball alive for the Dragons.
Already second all time in blocks is Timpson for Florida State. There was a swat by Gordon. She got a piece of that one against O'Neal. Seminoles are flying all over the court right now. Latson gets 2 more. An alert of what Florida State's doing. If they're not going to steal it, they'll force you those 10-second violations as well. Timpson warding off 4 Dragons. Garden left all alone. She said, they say of KK Timpson, she eats glass for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And that's appropriate. And here's what's appropriate as well. Tania Latson is in fuego.
Super happy at the half, and Florida State typically has had their best quarters.
We touched on it earlier. Brooke Wyckoff really wants her team to get better at, getting engaged early on in the matchup. As you see, just do it right out of break again as Sydney Bowles gets 2 points off of the steal.
All possible.
And more deflections, just everything in that front court here.
Picked to finish second in the CAA this season, even with those newcomers.
Nice bucket by McCormack, way beyond the arc. So the bench for Drexel getting some fresh minutes and proving to be good. However, here come the Noles once again. It's Amaya Bonner and an easy fast break transition bucket
from McCormack.
Just more points off turnovers for Florida State. I think that's 16 points. Swatted, but still kept by Baker. If they have some open floor, they are not afraid to take the outside shots and run down into the paint. Valenzuela from beyond.
That's what Florida State has been waiting on.
It's comfortable. Let's take another look at Valenzuela's shot.
Yeah, she looked confident shooting that one. Had a chance to get her feet set.
With their talent, but their fluidity of how they approach it. Bowles. Another 3-pointer for Florida State.
Take a look at this last 3. Nice inside out there. Bonner draws the defense in the paint, kicks out to Bowles.
Kicked it out by 2. Latson getting double teamed. Treadwell was calling for it. There she gets it, and she puts it back in. So there's the assist as well.
Yeah, as a California native.
We are back underway. 52-25 in favor of the Seminoles. Snoop Turnage with an open look. I'll take that, says Snoop Turnage. 2 games against Tennessee and SMU combined. They outscored them 60-27 as another turnover occurs for Drexel, and Florida State back the other way and comes from behind like they had been doing the last 2 games against Tennessee and SMU, but still a good sign for them with an experienced team knowing what they have to do to turn it on is McCormack.
Not only can she knock down 3, she can put it on the floor and get to the rim. Beats Carla Villegas off the dribble.
Amy Mallon said she's finding her way with us. Coming over from Holy Cross, trying to fit into this mold, as you see once again.
Tania Latson goes around 3 Drexel players, draws the con.
Baker passing cross court over to McGurk, drives in, and a nice floater, jump shot. Baker, this time it goes down.
Can't leave her that open. Great execution on the inbounds play for Drexel.
Latson up to 25 points.
Tried to go with the up and under, just couldn't finish. Ooh, and then swatted away. That looked like Baker was going to be able to get a layup. KK Timpson got a hand in on it.
Drexel trying to employ a little bit of titles as well to boot. Amy Mallon been leading the charge for the Dragons on that front. There's a good floater, little
nice
hook
move
shot,
from
little
Lavin.
small little hook by Lavin. It's not out of the ordinary for them to face a team with a superstar like Florida State has, and Tania Latson as Timpson puts in 2 more. Seeing teams defend against an all-star talent in Washington and like Tania Latson, so it didn't work out for them, trying to solely focus on that one superstar, trying to play the entire team.
Loose ball and take 1 step and finish right in front of the rim.
Swat by Valenzuela trying to prevent the pass outside to McGurk. It's a younger team for Drexel this year. A couple key losses in the offseason last year, including the son of Chris Mullen, the daughter of Chris Mullen, I should say, Brooke Mullen, who is a big 3-point shooter in her own right. 7:36 Seminoles. Latson dishes it out to Villegas. Still trying to find her first bucket of the afternoon, and a couple of tips by Timpson, and is able to collect. 3 of those starters still in this game. Turnage, Gordon, and Latson. O'Neal gets that one. Less than 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Florida State up by 31. Bonner getting some extra time. Well off the glass. Treadwell, though, able to put it back.
KK Timpson and Snoop Turnage in there that are going to rebound the ball. You have that freedom to go ahead and shoot that shot because the chances are good that one of your teammates is going to come up with the rebound.
And here's another steal for Gordon for Florida State. It's been a full week.
And it's that holiday break from exams. Players given the week to concentrate on finals, and now it's back to some. It's hard to do, easier to say.
Bravely with the shot. Shot clock winding down. Jones tried to get one up to go.
I think that's blocked by Avery Treadwell.
Blocked again. Seminoles down in the paint are ruthless with those hands in the sky. And there's more hands by Avery Treadwell. Sticks the tongue out too. She's really getting some momentum going in her direction.
Latson now with 5 assists. A couple of those to Avery Treadwell here in the second half.
McGurk, good move to draw off Dos Santos, but still not able to put back. And that's just the key, I think, for Drexel now, Melissa. And, you know, Amy Mallon told us, you know, the shooting's not where we want it to be. It is for Snoop Turnage, however. Defensive performance, you could argue, on the season so far.
Yeah, again, Drexel, you can tell exactly what they're trying to do on the offensive end. They have a good system. They know what they're trying to run. They're just having trouble running it.
Bonner out of gas a little bit after warding off the Dragons. Latson, way too strong. Too tall off the glass. Treadwell fighting off more Drexel defenders. The future, big time forward here. Doesn't matter how many Dragons are on her. She is slaying a bunch of Dragons right now. Big 2 points for Treadwell. Milking the shot clock down to 3. Here comes Dos Santos. What a beautiful layup. Finger roll, low shot too.
That bigger guard that Florida State was missing last season.
Player who's really proven to be the true 6th player here for the Seminoles off the bench. McGurk. Mentioned how Tania Latson moved into 4th place on the all-time scoring list for Florida State as Baker hits another outside shot.
Certainly several of these Seminoles out there now that have that chance in players like Timpson and Latson.
Well, I think it makes, there's the 10th rebound, there's the double-double for Timpson. I think it speaks volumes too. You know, that was, Timpson's been a player that really came up with Brooke Wyckoff, and actually she's sporting the same jersey number.
Nice back cut there.
Good back cut indeed. Hodges able to get it to drop. That's a really well-executed play by the Dragons.
Out of these offensive sets, they've just had trouble executing against the athleticism of Florida State.
Bowles from well outside, near the logo, knocks that one. Had my peripheral hearing working out for me there. Well outside the arc.
Sydney Bowles knows a thing or two about three-point shooting.
Chloe Hodges, by the way, on that bucket, that was her first points of the game. She had 20, in fact, against Penn State. Another bomb!
Get that one. That was Grace O'Neal, just didn't think she needed to close out quite that. Hasn't been able to connect on the long ball.
Part of that, with how efficient FSU was in their full court press, those possessions. More points for Baker, gets to 20 on the afternoon. Bowles again. This is how it's done from
Why
three.
not from Sydney Bowles?
3 in a row for Sydney Bowles. Do this, and it's because we can do it. And that actually became their new motto. It's up in their locker room now, and they've really taken that and run with it, and it's really worked out to their benefit. Getting back to the NCAA tournament last year. Good passing here by the Dragons. Not going down without a fight. They want to leave the state of Florida
with some of the best in the country here on this court today.
Cooled off from three-point land, but still not so field goal percentage-wise. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? North of 30.
It's 100 for the Noles and another 30-burger for Tania Latson through the contact.
Their way right back up the court, and they will let the clock wind out. In a dominating performance for Florida State, they collect their 10th win of the season.